Hey friends, today I am out in Santan Valley at a community that is closing out. This particular builder are at their year end for their fiscal year, and guess what? They're going to be opening up 9 new communities in the next year. So even if you're not going to be living in Santan Valley, come along for this tour because you might just really fall in love with this product and want to move into one of their other communities that are coming soon. So right here, we're going to be looking at some of their model homes, which are gorgeous and for sale. Then we're going to look at one of the spec homes so you can see how does it compare. Sometimes spec homes look just about as good as the model homes, and sometimes they're disappointing. So let's see what you think. We're going to talk about the HOA here in a minute, the amenities. We're going to drive up and down some of these streets so you can get a feel for the neighborhood. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, we're just going to drive down this street, give you a feel for the neighborhood. Right now, the sun is starting to set, so it's kind of golden hour right now. But you can see that, there's some different elevations to choose from that have their own unique look, and yet nothing that's, crazy standing out. Just really tastefully done finishes on the exteriors of these homes. This home right behind me is their Pasadena floor plan. This one is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house with a 2-car garage. You are getting 2,144 square feet. There are some tall ceilings in this one. This exact model home they are thinking is going to sell for somewhere around $640,000. That's with all of the upgrades. All of the furnishings that you see in this model home are included. The backyard is done. That is a killer deal. Right now they also have some spec homes available for right around $540,000. I'm telling you, these are some bargains. Let's go inside. Right now, this Pasadena floor plan is the sales office, as you can see. So right over here, that's going to become your garage. And this is just a real timeless looking exterior, isn't it? I love that about this particular elevation, meaning the exterior finish that they chose. Inside, this is just a really cute home. I'm going to show you all the things I like about it. Coming in, as usual, one of the first things that I notice is going to be the flooring. It's a great wood look tile, easy to clean, grout that pretty much matches the color of the tile, so very classy looking. Also, these are tall ceilings in this foyer. Taller than they are in the bedrooms. I want to say this is probably a 12-foot ceiling at least. But then over here in the hallway, a little bit lower, still tall, probably 10 feet. There's 2 bedrooms right here in the front part of the house. This one is a little bit smaller with just a standard size closet. I think this would make a nice den. Or coming over here, this is a larger bedroom in the front. I really like the windows in all of their bedrooms. One thing about the model home is that you get a windowsill. Now, that might not be unusual if you are not from Arizona, but here in Arizona, generally they're not framing around the windows with, the wood trim that makes it look nice. It's just, it just matches the wall. So just a little something I noticed. Of course, you can do that on your own. That can be a weekend project. But this is just a really pretty bedroom in the front here. Coming out, there's that front door. It has a window above it. Again, this foyer has those nice tall ceilings. You're gonna like the ceiling in the living room too when we get there. But first, let's go this way. So here's where you're gonna come in from your garage. Right now it is a sales office. And you are gonna find a little closet over here, right next to the door coming in from the garage. You can make your own little drop space. You also have this larger closet. They didn't put anything in here yet other than their cleaning supplies, so get creative with that, whatever you want to make that. And you have your laundry room right here. Again, this is the sales office, so they're using it for something else. Another bedroom over here. Isn't it cute what they did with the paint on the walls? So simple, and yet it makes a big impact. And this bedroom basically has its own bathroom over here. It is a full bathroom. So you get your tub and shower over there. And let's go take a look at this living room. Okay, wait, first, a den. Or you can make this a game room, whatever suits your needs. They have sliding doors because this is the model home. That's definitely an upgrade. Some builders won't even do that for you. It's just kind of an idea. But if you buy this exact model home, of course, you're gonna get everything. All the upgrades, all the furniture, and look at this. Isn't this just pretty? They did the beams on the ceiling, just super homey in here. Nice and open. You can see the TV no matter where you are in this house here, in the living area over here in the kitchen. And they just picked out, you know, probably one of the most timeless popular colors of cabinets right now, a very natural wood look. You know, the backsplash is a nice white subway-ish tile, timeless. Countertops, super neutral. I love that with the island you can see they have the corner cut out over here, so you can add an extra chair around there. So even though the island isn't enormous, you can seat 5. Very smart. And let's look at the pantry. It's kind of narrow, goes back, you know, kind of far. Again, a good use of space. I feel like this builder is making some good choices here as far as how they're designing the kitchen. A nice big farmhouse sink. Love that. Look at these light fixtures. A lot of times these fancy light fixtures that you see in the model homes, they're not even an option if you're, you know, choosing your own selections. They are just getting them especially for the model. So, you know, when you buy the model home, you're getting all of these upgrades. Sometimes you can't even get them if you're building here. The nice big slider doors. This is just a pretty house. I even love the wall color. It's an extremely neutral, I don't want to say off-white. It's like as light of a beige as you possibly could get. And it just is perfect. So perfect that I'm going to find out what color the wall color is because I have a listing coming up and we need to repaint. And if I can find out what color that paint is, I think I found my winner. Coming into the primary bedroom here, some really pretty windows. You know, they have the ceiling that's inset. I can't remember what that's called, but that's an upgrade for sure. Green is a popular color right now. This kind of sage green, very trendy. And then coming into the bathroom, they put down a nice tile in here. There's a lot of space in here. So they have just kind of a little larger than standard shower. In some of their spec homes, over here, they might have a bathtub or they might extend that shower and make it a super shower. Of course, with this model home, if you're buying this actual model home, you can do whatever you want there. You could add a bathtub. You know, you might want to remodel and expand your shower, although that is a really nice shower. Or just leave it as is. Maybe you just like the extra space there. And your toilet right in here. All right, let's take a peek outside. You can get a feel for what the back of the house looks like. Something that is very unusual is like the roof line of this patio, how it comes up to that angle right there. You know, normally it's just straight across, so kind of cute. This backyard is very low maintenance. There is no grass or turf right now. They just did the pavers and the rock. And if you don't have a pet, or you have a pet that doesn't need grass or turf, and you don't need a swimming pool, you don't want one, this could be perfect for you, honestly. That's where I am at in life. Low maintenance is great for me. But they did plant some nice, easy to maintain plants out here. The yellow flowers, those are lantana. Those will grow all year round and stay nice and green with flowers. And I can tell I have done my fair share of gardening, and I can see that the plants that they planted out here are really popular in Arizona and easy to maintain. So the HOA here is only going to be $100. That is relatively low for a new construction community. You're not going to get a swimming pool, but the money you're saving on these homes, you could probably afford to just put one in your backyard. So right behind me, you can see there's this big grassy area. They just had their winter grass planted, and you can see it's coming up beautifully. So here in Arizona, we plant grass for the winter, and then the summer just comes back on its own. So really here, you're gonna get green year round. And turning the camera around right next to that big green grassy area where the kids can play or the dog can run, you have a playground. This is the one playground they have in this community, because this isn't a huge community, but you can see they have, you know, the nice old school swing set. They have a playground over here covered, which is nice for us Arizonans to stay out of the sun. And then not only do they have these two playgrounds, but right over here they have a smaller playground for the littler guys, and then some swing sets over there also for the littler kids. Right in the middle, there's this covered ramada with picnic tables. You can see someone got their McDonald's and their Happy Meal. They're enjoying it out here. And there's a little grill. And you can see they have, you know, like the little toddler swings right here for the real little kids. Now, right across the street on this corner is one of their quick move-in homes that is currently for sale. So there are some nice opportunities to get into a home here. We're going to be right across the street from the park. And this floor plan right here is their Warren floor plan. This one is 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. They have a media room set up in here. It also could be a den. It could even be an extra bedroom if you need it. You get a 2-car garage and 2,568 square feet. As we tour this model home, they are planning on selling this exact model home for about $715,000. If you are interested, and you just might pull the trigger on this one when we go through it and see how gorgeous it is. But they also have some other ones available right now that are priced between $579,000 and $610,000 as spec homes. Again, these prices are everything already included except for the backyards on those spec homes. You're not going to be paying extra for upgrades or anything. That price is what you're actually going to be paying. I have to say, I am becoming more and more of a fan of this builder in particular. These models are just really so well done and unique. Coming into this one, I think you're just gonna love it. First of all, you have the window above the door, beautiful front door, nice entryway. Everything looks just well done. When you walk in, this is just impressive. If you want a front door where people walk in and they're just like, whoa, this is it. Because this is a long hallway coming down here, crazy. They have this nice accent wall over here. Beautiful light fixtures. The ceiling is, you know, that inlet kind that I cannot remember what that's called. And these are tall ceilings in the foyer. Now they're a little bit lower in other parts of the home, but they're tall everywhere, really. Right here, you're gonna have this little space to get into the 2 bedrooms in the front of the house and a full bathroom in between them. And again, just real timeless selections that they put in these homes. You can see the kind of cutout that the window is in. Just something small like that adds some character to the house, and you just don't see it in a lot of homes. They also have the windowsill right down here. I'm going to be really curious to see if those sorts of things are in the spec home. I am not expecting those to be in the spec home that we're going to see last, but you never know. I might be surprised. I could be impressed. Coming over to the other bedroom. Again, the beautiful windows. And you do have, your more standard size closets in many of the bedrooms with this builder in this particular community. Let's see if this is locked. It is not locked, so we get a peek at the garage. That's rare. Most model homes don't open up the garages, but this one you can. It's just a very standard size 2-car garage. I think they have they have their water heater over here. Is it tankless or not? Quick look. It is not. It's just like your typical water heater. This right here is so that you can put in a soft water system. I would say most new construction homes do include that with their homes. It's not something you have to have in Arizona. I don't have one, honestly, but it really can help with the hard water stains on things. Now, this is, I think, what you would usually consider a den, but it is really large, and most people probably wouldn't think about turning this into a TV room, but this just looks so attractive. I'm like, yes, I need this in my life. I mean, imagine, you just want peace and quiet. You want to get away from the day. This room just has a couple of windows on the end. They painted it kind of a dark color. You shut those doors off, and I feel like this is going to feel like a personal retreat where you really can just unwind. And across from there, a little coat closet. Pretty small. You do get a formal dining room in this house. Now, a lot of people these days don't want it. They don't want a formal dining room. They feel like it's a wasted space because they hardly ever use it, if at all. So you can make this a more casual dining area. You could make it a game room, maybe put a pool table in here, a room for the kids to do their homework, whatever's going to make sense for you. Now, this bedroom over here, kind of quiet and off to itself. And it has a full bathroom right next to it. So, it's almost an ensuite bathroom, really, because it's right next to this room. And then if you really wanted to make this separate, you could just put a door right here, and it essentially would be an ensuite bedroom with its own bathroom. I do think that bathroom acts as the guest bathroom, though, probably for most people. Here's the laundry room. But if you wanted to, you could make that front bathroom your guest bathroom too. You have options. I didn't really show you the flooring in here. I just like the flooring they're picking. This one's a darker wood, personal preference thing. But what I just like about what they're doing is that it looks very realistic. They're matching the grout to the tile. I do not like a light colored grout. So, yep, looks good. Ground molding on the ceilings. This is pre-wired right there for a ceiling fan. In this one, you get a nice big island. And again, they do the smart thing that all builders should do. And they make that little corner such that you can fit an extra chair. So as you can see, 6 people can sit at this island. And if you're like me, that's usually where we're eating anyway, is at the kitchen island. We don't use our kitchen table very often. And speaking of which, they put a rectangular table in this dining area over here. I don't think it does it any favors because they should have put a round one over here. It is pre-wired up here for a chandelier if you wanted to add one. And then this model has, some of those extra high kitchen cabinets with the glass, so it just kind of has more of a elevated look to it. A backsplash that again is very timeless, as well as the countertops. I love that about these homes that I'm seeing, is just how classy they look, how functional they are. They have Bosch appliances in here, very sharp looking. Down here you have your pantry right here, and then you can go into the formal dining. All right, let's check out the primary bedroom. So coming through here, a little bit of a wall there before you come in right here. Beautiful accent wall. And with this one, you do get the tub and shower combo, and they made the shower so that there is no little ledge that you need to walk over. It is just all one level. And you also have the shower head up there on the ceiling. You should get your own little vanity over here. The closet is interesting. Toilet. So with the closet, it looks small initially because it's not very, it doesn't look like it's very deep, but it goes around on the other side. So you come around over here and you get some extra space for your clothes and whatever you're going to put in your closet. All right, let's go take a look at the backyard. Now, they don't have any slider doors in here. They just have the windows. Now, some people will have the opinion that the big slider doors are trendy, that those are going to go out of style. It wouldn't surprise me, but windows are never going to go out of style, of course. And then you have this French door over here. I don't mind this. I don't need a big slider door. I think that the way they have this set up actually does look very classy and timeless. So I like it. You can see that they made this very functional by putting a little fire pit in here, artificial turf, rock, easy to maintain shrubs and trees. And this is the back of the house. You're not getting much patio with this home, but don't let that deter you because you can get creative. But it is a cute back of the house. It does look very aesthetically pleasing, and you could build out a pergola from here or something. Yeah, I can just imagine all sorts of cute things you could do out here to add some shade. Let's put up a map so you can see exactly where we are today. We are in Santan Valley at a community called Edgewood by Kay Honanian. And Santan Valley is on the outskirts of the greater Phoenix area, but within Santan Valley, I would say that this community is a little bit more conveniently located. You are not going to have a long drive at all to your daily needs, shopping, pharmacies, hospital. They've brought in some great schools here, entertainment. It's really a great place to live. The only hesitation I would have really would be more of a commute time. If you are working and you have a long commute, that's something to consider. But this is a great area. They're also going to be bringing the 24 freeway down to service Santan Valley. So that's coming in the next 10 or so years. And yeah, let's go ahead and get back to our tours. This floor plan right here is their Frankfurt floor plan. This one has a 3-car garage. It looks like a 2-car, but it's tandem. So it goes 2 cars deep on one side. This is a 4-bedroom house, plus you get a office and an activity room. You get 2.5 bathrooms, and square footage on this one is going to be 2,838 square feet. This exact model home that you're going to be seeing right now, they have that priced at about $836,000, but they have several spec homes of this floor plan available. Right now, those are priced at $685,000, going up to $740,000. Again, that is already with all of the upgrades included that they have created in those spec homes or in this model home. So gives you a real great idea of what your money actually will get for you here. There is so much that I love about this model home, starting with the front yard. They put in turf, so that is going to be green year-round. You don't have to mow it, you don't have to water it, and it'll just stay looking green and pretty. The elevation on this house, so classy, so timeless. They have this kind of a stone look over here. Even the light fixtures, really elevated. Here in Arizona, we don't do shingles typically. We have more new construction, almost all new construction. We'll have these ceramic tiles. Usually they're curved. Well, a lot of the time they're curved, but this one has the flat style. Now, when people replace their roofs, what they do is they take off all those tiles. They have the underlayment paper replaced, and then the same tiles can be used again because they last a long time. Another great thing about this elevation is the front porch. Some of their spec homes with this floor plan might have different elevations and therefore different front porches. But with this one, you get a little area in the front here. Even the siding, it's unusual to see siding on model homes, but this one has it right there. And let's go in through this front door so you can fall in love with this house. Give me a call and I will help you move right in. If you want this exact home, just bring your toothbrush because all the furniture is going to stay with the sale of the model home. The backyard is going to be done for you. Okay, I wanted to show you this perspective so you can see the front door right here and the foyer. The ceiling is just a little bit taller where this chandelier is. And they have the secondary bedrooms really kind of set off on their own in the front of the house. So coming down here, you can see there is this flex space right here that they have set up as a sitting room. But a lot of times, if you have kids that are back here, they'll set it up as more of a game room or a place for them to do their homework. I love that this bathroom not only has double sinks, but it also has a doorway between the sinks and the shower and toilet. Just makes it a little bit more functional if you have multiple people using it. Good size bedroom over here looking out to the front of the house. I will say that the closets in the homes here at this community are fairly small compared to some other ones that I've seen, but there's so many other great things that outweigh that. Not a big deal for me. Another spacious front room. These are good sized bedrooms here in the front of the house. And then you have one more bedroom, so 3 bedrooms, all in the front part of the house with that flex space that they share. And let's go this way and see the rest of the house. It's a pretty long hallway entryway, so when you come in, it's pretty impressive. This is where you're going to come in from your 3-car tandem garage. A little drop space over here. You're going to have your laundry room as well as a coat closet. Over here they have this used to be a sales office, so it's still set up as a sales office, but this would make sense as a den. They have 2 closets over here. One's really more of a pantry. Oh, I am wrong. This is the half bath. I knew that. So really, a true half bath. It's pretty small, and I don't mind that either. It's just less to clean. And over here is more of a pantry style closet. Now this is nice and open. I'm going to show you what's unusual about this. First of all, there's not as many homes that have this sort of a roof line in the living space. Nice tall ceilings. What's What's also unusual is this arch over the kitchen area. Again, something just kind of little, maybe you don't even notice it when you're walking through, but it adds character as well as these circular windows. There's one on this side. Let me turn it back over here. And just in case you didn't notice, there's also one over here. So those little things can elevate the space. Maybe you don't even notice it, but it just feels different when you walk in. And this big island is nice too. Square-shaped island. Now you do have this pantry over here. Don't think that that other one was the only one that you're going to get, but you could use it, as extra space if you need more pantry space. Your sink is going to be by the window. Some people really like that, and this is a large window. Unfortunately, you're going to be facing another home, but you plant stuff along this wall like this. They planted a vine, so this vine eventually will cover that whole wall, and it'll be nice and green. Pretty, pretty. All right, and let's check out the primary bedroom. Coming back here, it is beautiful. There is no carpet. This is tile. They just have a rug down. And then I'd probably want to put a sliding door or just add a door over here for some extra privacy. But you do have nice space where you each really get your own sink and your own drawers. You have your shower over here that, again, not even a little ledge that you have to step over when you're going to go in that shower. Over here is your toilet right across from your closet. And this closet, I do like the fact that they put in so many shelves like this. That's just kind of some little different interesting dimensions to it. We turn around here and you'll see that it goes back over past the entrance to the closet as well. Let's go take a look at the yard. As we do, I'm going to remind you that if you want to look at model homes, you need to bring your realtor, and hopefully that's me, with you to the first visit, because they are probably going to want to register you. And when you do that, you're waiving your right to be represented by a realtor. You do not pay us. We get paid by the builder or the seller if it's a resale home. And I'm going to do a lot for you, from walking you through the process, inspections, also negotiating on price, on what they're including with the house. And I think almost more importantly is that I just know all of the new construction communities currently here and even going in, so that I can really give you your options and we can find something that's going to be the absolute best fit. Look at how big this patio is. Nice big patio. If you are moving here with school-age kids, I think you're really going to be happy with the school choice that we have here. They have brought in some excellent schools to this area. We have your public schools, of course, and some private Christian schools. But they also bring in charter schools. Technically, those are public schools, so they are tuition free. However, they are higher achieving and usually have smaller class sizes. The different charter schools will have, kind of their own different flavors and focuses. So if you want more information about schools, it's one of my favorite topics to talk about with my buyers because I know it's so important. So again, go ahead and reach out. I am happy to answer your questions and help make your move here as good as it possibly can be. Next, we're going to head over and look at one of their spec homes, otherwise called a quick move-in homes. These are the ones that they already have built. Everything's been selected, and they are so motivated to sell these homes. The important thing is to check and see, how does it compare to the model homes? Do they include as many of the upgrades in their quick move-in homes? Sometimes you'd be surprised. So when I am showing homes with my clients and they are interested in a particular model home, I always suggest we go look at some of the spec homes in that same floor plan and see what they're like. So this is the spec home that I'm going to show you. This is the Frankfurt floor plan. So we did see the model home of this same floor plan, but now we're going to go inside and take a look at what one of their spec homes looks like. Before we step inside, let me tell you some things I love about this already. First of all, this is all one-story homes in this community, so you're not going to have any two stories looking into your home or just kind of being unsightly. This home right here is more of a farmhouse look, so a little bit different colors and design. There's some good varieties. I also love that this has a nice front porch, as does the one next door. And if we go further down, I just want to show you that there is a path. This is a quick move-in home also, by the way. They have several quick move-in homes left kind of in this area. Right here is a nice little walking path, and it leads to the playground and grassy area. So you can get one of these quick move-in homes in a great location in this neighborhood where you can just walk on down there and enjoy the amenities. All right, so let's take a look at this house. I have to tell you, I might like this spec home even better than the model home. I am very pleasantly surprised because I just did a quick walkthrough to see how many upgrades they did include in this house. Now, I was talking about the tiles. These ones are the curved style of tile rather than the flat. Not a big deal. That's what you're normally going to be finding here in Arizona. You still get this nice porch in the front, a little space right there. No siding on this one, so it's a little bit more of a basic elevation. Some people probably wouldn't want the siding anyway, but you still get this door with the glass and the window over the top. Coming in, I believe this is the same tile that they have. Excuse the echoing of my voice. This is not a model home, so it's not furnished, and therefore my voice is going to have a bit of an echo. You can see in this front foyer, as soon as you come in, the ceilings do have this little feature that I can't remember what it's called, and they're the same height, really tall ceilings. Coming down into this front area with the bedrooms and the flex space, I am so happy to report that the windows do have the little wooden, trim on the bottom, which you will almost never see in any kind of home, model home or spec home in Arizona. We just don't do it out here. I like that the baseboards are kind of a modern baseboard. They didn't skip on that. A little bit of special trim above the doors too. Coming in here, you have a light. You might say, well, of course I have a light. A lot of times spec homes are just pre-wired. They'll have this pre-wired for a ceiling fan / light, and it's up to you to install that yourself, but they already have them installed here with the light, but you could put a ceiling fan in there if you wanted to. Now, all the walls in this spec home are white, so it can feel a little bit stark. That might be something you want to change that's different about the, model home, is all of the white walls can get to feel a little bit sterile. And that's where you can, walk the model homes yourself, find out what colors they used. Or ask me what colors they use, and I'll find out for you, and then you can duplicate it in your own home. A nice bathroom over here. Again, you have the double sinks. You have the shower and tub combo down there. And I'm trying to make this a little bit more of a quick walkthrough since it can get boring looking at so much white. But I just want to show you all the stuff they did in here. This little spot here to hang up your stuff. Surprised they put it in their spec home. There's your laundry room and closet. Since this is a quick move-in home, I actually can show you that tandem garage. So here you have, your typical 2-car garage. You have the door going out to the side, and then you have this space over here. That's your tandem, so that's the extra third spot. Probably a lot of people are going to use that for storage. And here in Arizona, it's nice to have that extra storage. Another surprise, these sliding doors, normally not a part of any builder's spec homes, but they put them on in this one. A nice surprise. In addition, not only did they put in this light, but they added this other can lighting around it. So you could put in the ceiling fan that you pick out, and you also have the additional lights. This home right here, by the way, is selling for $715,000 for this exact spec home. Everything that you see for $715,000. And even that is negotiable. I might be able to get that price down for you. Here's that nice open room. This one does not have the beams on the ceiling like the model home did, so that is one difference. But otherwise, there's a lot of similarities, and I actually like this kitchen more because I like the color of the cabinets. Very neutral, very timeless. Countertops, same thing. Very neutral and timeless. You have your pantry, same as in the model home. Your floating shelves, your nice big kitchen sink. A beautiful hood over this stove. This is really pretty. It's like a copper color, so it pretty much matches the cabinets. That is just very sharp looking. And then heading over here into the primary bedroom, again, not common to have this sort of ceiling in the spec homes. This one does have carpeting. I don't mind that. It's also a nice quality carpet as far as I can tell. And you have your white countertops and cabinets, a pretty basic shower over here. Does have the ledge right there. And then coming over here, you can see that is your toilet, and here is your closet. I believe this is same closet as in the model home. So I am pretty impressed with this house. Okay, we're gonna take a look at the lot here, but before we do, did you notice these pendant lights over the island? I mean, this looks like a model home type of pendant. Those are very nice. And in case you are interested in purchasing this home for $715,000, around that number, let's look at the lot so you know what your lot's gonna look like. You have this nice big square patio, lots of shade. And this one's not a huge lot. Maybe you don't need a huge lot. I certainly don't. But it's enough space that, you know, you could make this extremely usable. When you are buying a new construction home, of course you're going to want to get the best deal, and sometimes that means timing it right. There's a couple things I want to share with you. Most realtors aren't going to tell you this, or they probably don't even know themselves. So one of the factors is, when is the year-end fiscal period for that builder? I actually keep a list of the builders in the greater Phoenix area, and when is their fiscal year end, because that is when they are going to be giving the best incentives, lowering those prices, paying for your closing costs, doing all of the things. Another thing is, are they at closeout stage or are they just opening? Those two time periods are when the builders are most motivated. If they are in the middle of the lifespan of selling those homes in that community, you're going to be getting, your average prices, whatever. It'll vary depending on the market. But just know, if the community is just opening or if they are in closeout, you are going to have a special opportunity to negotiate a deal on that home. And that's part of my job. I'm going to do that negotiating for you. I know how to do it. I do it well. Make sure you reach out, and I'm going to help you find the best deal. The actual location of the home in the neighborhood is another factor that you want to consider. It's something that I'm always aware of when I'm working with my buyers. Is it close to the amenities? Is it near a pool? Is it a corner lot? Is it backing to a green belt? All of those things will make a difference in your standard of living day-to-day life. So Always something to keep in mind when you're looking at the spec homes or choosing a lot. And you can see they have these spec homes under construction, and there is a handful left here to choose from. So if you are interested, go ahead and call me quickly. We can see if your home is right here in this community. If not, maybe you just like this product and we can find another K-Hovnanian home for you in one of their upcoming communities. I always take everything into consideration, what my buyers' needs are, so that we can find a community and a home that is going to be maximizing your potential. If you are thinking about moving to the greater Phoenix area, here is my information. You are not going to be bothering me. I am waiting for your call or your email so that we can connect and I can help you find your next home right here in sunny Arizona. I hope to hear from you soon.